Welcome, newish listeners to tonight's podcast. Back with us again is Giuseppe, and today we'll be talking about global warming.
Hello, and thank you for having me here today, Tatum.
So, what is global warming? Well, we need to make sure we have an understanding of the difference between global warming and climate change because people have a misconception about it. Global warming refers only to the Earth's rising surface temperature, while climate change includes warming and the side effects of warming, like melting glaciers, heavier rainstorms, or more frequent drought. Global warming essentially is an effect of climate change, but both can be used interchangeably depending on the situation. So, talk about what causes climate change. Mainly, the cause of climate change can be brought down to two things: the greenhouse effect and the human activity. Well, for start with the greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is natural and enhanced, and we talk about things like the carbon dioxide, how carbon dioxide is a heat trapping gas,
Exactly.
which also then relates to human activity because human activity
Is what is actually putting the carbon dioxide into
the sky. So we have cars pumping out gas into the atmosphere, which is releasing more carbon dioxide in the air, which scientists are then saying that the more carbon dioxide we have, the greater danger we're facing in terms of the warming of the planet. And this is where then global warming comes in. Because the planet is warming, then we have these side effects occurring.
Okay.
So yeah, we just wanted to define it so then we can get into the discussion. So we've hit the 5 minute mark, so it's time to go to commercials. When we come back, it will give our views on climate change and whether we should take it seriously.
See you soon.
He was literally thrown into another world. Now he must fight for his freedom alone. And he must defeat the ultimate enemy to survive. When King meets Pawn, it will be epic. Take it to another world. The movie, Part 3. Coming to a theaters far away from you.
Welcome back. So earlier we were talking about global warming and climate change, and we defined those two terms. Giuseppe, despite our understanding of global warming and climate change, you have different views on how seriously we should take it. What are your views?
All right, so I believe that many people are misinformed and are panicking with the data that is provided because many people believe that CO2 is a pollutant. However, like you stated, it is not a pollutant, it simply traps heat. The data that we have received comes from computer model speculations, and it states that humans are causing it. However, forecasts made using these models since the 1990s they've been wrong. So based on the data taken from this, the actual temperatures continually get further from predictions with every passing year. So I believe that the temperature is actually changing and many things are being affected, but I don't believe that we know for a fact that humans are causing this.
Well, you have certainly made some interesting points. I, on the other hand, do believe we should take global warming seriously due to the side effects that are occurring, like the global temperature rise, which is resulting in a shrinking ice sheets and the sea level rise, because these things are prevalent throughout the world. You have countries that are experiencing rising sea level. People forecasting that New York is going to be drowned in 2022, or it's just very hectic. And I mean, the only really plausible explanation for me can only be brought down to global warming, climate change. But that is a debatable topic. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I understand it. I agree with you completely. Global temperature rise is an actual thing. I just not sure that humans are causing it. So
you don't think we should really be fearful?
No, I mean we should watch out, but there's a source based on heartland.org that says basically humans should cut the amount of CO2 that we use and produce, And even if we are wrong in saying that humans actually cause it, we'd still be doing a good thing. So I do think that in the end, we should cut down CO2 levels.
That's a good way to end this topic. Now it's time to go to commercials. When we come back, we will talk about the Catholic Church and your views on climate change.
Very well.
Alright, aren't you tired of having your pants get dirty and not being able to wash off the grime? Well, here's regular wash and here's OxiClean. This is regular. It's not clean. What you want to try is OxiClean. Look at that. OxiClean is so good. It washes your pants right off. OxiClean gets the tough stains out.
Wow, what a commercial that was.
Definitely.
We had fun doing that.
Yeah, as soon as I'm done, I'm gonna go buy some OxiClean. All right, back to serious things.
Me too. Well, okay, so final topic, Catholic Church. As a Catholic yourself, right?
Yes.
The Catholic Church has their own views. I just want you to talk about them and what do you think about them?
Yes, as a Catholic, I see the Church's stance on climate change. In Laudato Si, section 25, it states that climate change is a global problem with grave implications, environmental, social, economic, political, and for the distribution of goods. It represents one of the principal challenges facing humanity in our day. Its worst impact will probably be felt by developing countries in coming decades. Also, Section 23 states that humanity is called to recognize the needs for changes of lifestyle, production, and consumption in order to combat this warming, or at least the human causes which produce or aggravate it. With 25 and 23, I agree with both sections because they state that climate change will affect developing countries, which is most definitely true because since they are not large contributors to this problem, I believe that they will suffer because they're not like the United States, which uses air conditioning and all this stuff, a bunch of cars everywhere that push all the CO2 into the atmosphere. So also, since they are not contributing to the problem, they also, unlike the United States, depend largely on nature, such as like cattle and like farming. Like they depend heavily on this. So I agree where it says they will feel this the most because when nature suffers, they will definitely suffer along with it. So
These developing countries, they don't have the resources to pay for the damages, unlike the United States.
exactly.
If something
Okay.
happens, they have the money, they can just pay to rebuild this and rebuild that, but these developing countries don't. So
I also agree with Section 23 because it demands that humanity to actually make a move on this, not to let climate change randomly go on forever and basically break down our environment as it is now.
that's about it. Thank you for joining us and for this podcast. We hope you have a good week.
Thank you. See you next time.